Good morning, it's Charlie with 4BZ Truth. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. It's early in the morning over here in Boise, Idaho. It's probably like 5 in the morning. But my mind is racing in the morning. I feel like it's kind of my time to reflect on everything. And, uh, I was considering how, my wife woke up this morning saying how she had the worst dreams she's ever had. Really scary. And, I think that there's a lot of things that are bouncing around in all of our heads right now with the pandemic that's happening and the uncertainty as far as if we're going to be going to work tomorrow or if we're going to be stuck in our homes over this, you know, home restriction thing that they might implement across the country or the world. I know that there's certain parts of the world that are actually under that mandate. Currently, you have like some of the most populated states of this United States that are under that martial law currently. So and then I'm in Idaho, and I think they had that in Blaine County, which is like one of the, I don't even know, that might be eastern Idaho, I forget. But anyways, um, I'm on the other side of the state, which is like 300 miles from there. Um, but I know that I think they said something like 30 or 40 cases in Idaho now, when just like last week or the week before, we didn't have any reported. So I know that things are changing rapidly. And, I was considering how we're kind of in dark times, unsure times. It's like we don't even know what to expect. It's almost interesting seeing how things are changing before our eyes. And it's like, wow, and some people don't look at things like reality the same. Like some people, one person might be like in awe or in amazement, but the next person's like freaking really scared. That's kind of a good description of me and my wife. I'm excited almost to some degree to see, how people, shift and adapt to the situation and, turn to God, because I feel like, you know, whenever we're under tribulation, that's just a great opportunity for us to, stop looking at ourselves and start looking to God. Because obviously, our power doesn't reside within ourselves. We draw our power from God. So, whatever that means to you, I know that there's a lot of people that don't necessarily have my spiritual worldview or religious worldview, but you know, as a blanket statement, there is a higher power, right? And I believe that you know, things happen for a reason. Um, I don't know what the reasons are yet, but being able to adapt to situations are really the reason we go through trials, and we are developed. There's a lot of patterns in this world that we call just the patterns are such as little intricacies that resemble creation and just the patterns of everyday life. So like the unity between like relationships, like there's something about relationships that is a necessity to survive. And there's a unity between like cellular organisms and stuff like that. Like the human body has relations of all these different cellular, collaboration, just trying to, work to help the body, thrive and survive. And anyways, I was thinking about how, the immune system is really there to fight whatever pathogens or whatever enters into the body. And it's like life presents scrutiny to us, and we have to overcome it. So, and it's, in some ways, the stronger our immune system is, really is just because of the exposure that we had to the illnesses that try to enter into our body. So it's like the higher the scrutiny, the stronger. It's like whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess you could say. And I don't want to take this dark time and say, oh, you know, uh, I'm happy that we're going through scrutiny, because the reality is, like, I think that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And in some ways, I am anxious to kind of see what that will look like in the end result. Um, but a lot of it's unforeseen and we don't really know. So I just like to believe that there's a reason for everything. And, even with people dying and stuff like that, close family members that are dying. I mean, I haven't experienced anybody dying from, the recent pandemic, but I don't even want to use the words anymore, because I feel like anytime you use certain trigger words, the bots are going to freaking flag your video or your account or something. And it's like, man, I'm tired of the whole YouTube game. That I think YouTube is, another form of, uh, media that controls or gauges where the population is, and I call it like the global temperature sensor or something like that, of the population, like kind of where, really media in general is is really just a gauge to find, or to kind of assess where the people are, and where the government has control over us to some degree. And man, anyways, the bottom line is, I don't want to look at reality like it's all just dark anymore. I know that we're in dark times, but it doesn't mean that we have to look at it like we're in dark times. Some of the most happy people that I've ever uh, come across are people that grew up in a third world country environment, where they were suffering and struggling, disease, sickness, hunger, thirst, everything was lacking. They didn't have anything that they needed, but when good things happened to them, they were just so happy. And, I heard this story from this lady that went to Kenya, and the bush people that she met out there. And, there was this woman that she ended up, I don't know if she was there. She was a witness to this lady being receiving a gift. The gift was a used stirring spoon for food, like a ladle or something like that. And that lady broke down crying like it was the best gift that she'd ever received. And it's all a matter of perspective. I don't want to say, like, it's better to have bad things happen to people so that we can appreciate things. But to some degree, that's true. You know, I I kind of feel like we're going to come out the other side of this better off. And I don't want this to happen to me and my family. I don't want to experience loss or suffering. Nobody wants that. But the reality is that if you endure it, you come out the other side of scrutiny more, you know, solid, or more, you know, in a better state of being, I guess. So I don't know if those might be words of encouragement to you. I hope I hope you can receive it. If you think I'm full of crap, whatever. I don't know. But if there's anybody out there that likes to hear my rants, I appreciate you listening. And, like the video, subscribe, do whatever to support this channel. But, the bottom line is, I believe that we we need relationships. So stay close to the people that you're in relationship with, and love them the best you can. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts. I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.